Anthony Riccozzi pushed through a swarm of cameras at the Orlando airport on a mission to get his daughter back.
Daddy's like 15, 20 minutes away. I'm in Florida, we're in a car, we're on our way.
On the other end of the line, 9-year-old Julia Riccozzi. She has been at the center of a hoax perpetrated by her own mother, Bonnie Sweeten, who brought her to Florida after faking their abduction. As Sweeten remained in police custody, the father, whose flight to Florida was provided by ABC News, and daughter had a tearful reunion.
She's okay. She had good accommodations. The lady that took care of her was great.
Julia seemed oblivious to the events unfolding around her. The one thing she had taken from home was a plaque from her favorite baseball team.
The Philadelphia Phillies.
Very strong little girl.
It all started with a 911 call where Sweeten said her SUV was rear-ended.
And so she gets out of her car, she's with her 9-year-old daughter, to look at the damage. And she claims that at that point, 2 black men grab her and her daughter, throw them into the trunk of the car. She claims that these black men hit her and that one of them actually got into her car. She could hear it and took off. And she's upset. She's saying she's very scared.
She and the child disappeared. But police couldn't find any witnesses to an accident or kidnapping, even though Sweeten described it happening on this busy road. Her SUV was later found in downtown Philadelphia. There was no damage.
Shortly after the 911 call, she calls her husband on his cell phone and leaves this voicemail. And she's crying. She's saying that she's scared. She says to her husband that she loves him and that if she never sees him or the children again, to please tell the children that she loves them.
As the story made national news, Bonnie Sweeten's former co-worker, JILLIAN Jenkinson, came forward with new information.
She lives a block away. We're friends. It's not at all odd for her to stop here and grab my license so she could photocopy it and fax it.
The following day, JILLIAN comes in and she says that that Bonnie had in fact come to her earlier in the day at around 12:30, had come to her and had said to her that she needed her driver's license. She needed to make a copy of it to do something with her 401k plan. So JILLIAN gave it to her, believing her story.
Sweeten used Jenkinson's ID to buy airline tickets to Orlando and get through security at Philadelphia Airport, where she was captured on a surveillance camera.
The focus becomes, for law enforcement, FBI, Orlando.
Authorities finally located her at a hotel in Disney World.
I think regardless of what actually happened, the 9-year-old's a victim in this case. Her mother took her to, based on several false reports, took her to Disney World. And while she's at Disney World, obviously one would think enjoying herself, it ends tragically because her mother's taken into custody by law enforcement.
In the week leading up to her alleged scheme, the DA says Sweeten withdrew more than $12,000 from various bank branches. A major line of inquiry is how she got so much cash.
We'll be looking into where this flow of money came from and whether or not she got it legitimately.
Sources tell ABC News that Sweeten is under investigation for stealing up to $300,000 from her employer, an attorney who now works out of this home office. Debbie Carlitz stated that she believes Sweeten was laundering stolen funds through her charitable foundation. Lydia Demetrio was a client of the law firm Bonnie worked at.
She did talk about financial problems. She did say that the taxes on her house was a lot and that she was kind of financially not doing very well, but I think everybody is, you know, and I didn't think anything of it.
By all accounts, it all seems out of character. Even JILLIAN Jenkinson says so.
There has to be some serious issues going on for her to do something like this. I don't consider her like a malicious person.
She was a good neighbor. She was somebody that would do anything for you. She would help me with my kids. She would help me with anything. I don't have anything bad to say about her. I'm shocked.
But her employer said Sweeten had recently seemed unraveled, and others said she was scared, even suicidal. She had been going through in vitro fertilization. She has an 8-month-old baby.
I know when you do in vitro, you take hormone shots, and I know it messed with her extremely.
Bonnie Sweeten is facing misdemeanor charges, identity theft, and making a false police report.
Although it's only misdemeanors, the bottom line is her 911 call spurred on a nationwide law enforcement manhunt. And That's very serious, and we take it very seriously, so we'll conduct a thorough investigation in this matter.
But Sweeten's ex-husband already seems to have forgiven her.
Well, I just want to say that Bonnie is a great mother, and this is, whatever happens, it's not Bonnie, and I want to move forward just like normal, keep things like normal, like we always, you know, every day to day, back to school, back to work, and put this behind us.
And the 9-year-old in the center of all this is already looking forward to getting back to school.
We're learning about like political scientists and the economy and stuff.
For Nightline, Stephanie Sy, Bucks County, Pennsylvania.